5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week, another Monday, another episode of the Everything Medicare Podcast. Today is July 9th, 2018, and I'm your host, Christian Brindle. For those of you who don't know who I am, I have been working with people on Medicare for many years, and I actually grew up around this type of environment. My father has been and was a Medicare agent for the past close to 30 years. For those of you who don't know me currently, I turned 26 years old in less than a month. Wish me a happy birthday on my social media accounts, and it would mean the world to me. That's all I ask from you. I have dedicated my life, folks, to knowing everything there is to know about Medicare. Everything that people on Medicare need to know about, and how I can best help people by providing information in a world and in an industry where the government specifically targets people that provide information like I do and tries to shut them down. The government tries to go out of their way to make the information that we provide as complicated as possible. And I just push back because I don't think it's right. I think it's something that 9 out of 10 people on Medicare are confused about more than anything else and don't understand. And all it takes is someone to present the information in a way that's easy to understand. The government goes out of their way to make it not easy to understand. They don't want people to understand, and I 100% believe that. And we want to change that. We want to change the narrative, and we want to make something that's difficult easy. That's our mission. And that's what we do. I run a insurance agency that specifically works with seniors, and I live in Utah. The name of my company is Christian Brindle Insurance Services. Medicare is our specialty. That's all that we do. We are an expert company in that one field, and we help a lot of people every day, every week, every month, and every year. Thank you for tuning in and listening to an episode of the Everything Medicare Podcast. I hope you had a fantastic weekend wherever you may be. I hope it was as warm as it was for us. It was extremely beautiful outside this past weekend here in Utah. And today we're talking about dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Over the years, Medicare has been notorious for leaving out dental, vision, and hearing benefits from their coverage. Now, in episodes past, I've talked about the 2 ways a person can go when they're getting onto Medicare, when they're retired. And those ways are, you can go with the traditional route by taking a Medigap or a Medicare supplement, same 2 names for the same thing, and a Part D drug plan. The other way you can go is a Medicare Advantage plan. I'm not going to go into the details of them because I've done them multiple times in episodes past. So if you're not sure what this Medicare supplement is and you're not sure what a Medicare Advantage plan is, go back and listen to some of our past episodes and listen to them. Make sure you understand what they are, and then come back to this one. But it just depends on a person's situation, and it depends on your market because the plans are different in each market, state by state, and in some states, county by county. It just depends on where you live. But more often than not, when you're going the route of traditional Medicare and a Medicare supplement, remember, Medicare is your primary when you go with Medicare supplement. You have your Medicare Part A and your Medicare Part B. The 2 of them provide medical coverage, right? And essentially, folks, what you're looking at is, with a Medicare supplement, is a secondary payee. It's a copycat insurance. It pays after Medicare. So as long as Medicare pays first, the supplement pays secondary. As long as Medicare does not pay, the supplement won't pay either. It's a kind of vice versa kind of situation. So essentially, Medicare on its own, like I said, only covers medical costs. It's very one-dimensional in that regard. It's not going to give you dental, vision, hearing, which are 3 very important aspects of care that seniors today need more than ever. With the rising costs of dental care, glasses, hearing aids, they don't have any coverage of that with original Medicare, so neither will your supplement. And that's just the way it is. If you have a Medicare supplement, the only way around that, folks, is to pick up a separate dental plan. and some are better than others. Mainly what you're typically looking at with a dental plan is anywhere between $20 to $30 to maybe even $40 a month, give or take. Could be more, could be less, but let's say anywhere between $20 to $40 a month in premium. It's a separate premium. Unfortunately, there aren't any that can give you anything for free. But in my opinion, the best thing to target is something that would be known as a dental vision and hearing program. And those work if you use them. Normally you're looking anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 annual max. And what an annual max means in a dental vision and hearing program is that's the maximum they'll pay out a year. So let's put it this way. Let's say you're paying $20 a month, $240 a year in premium, and you're getting $1,000 of benefits. Well, that only comes in handy for you if you're using the plan enough to where it's paying out more than the $240 you're paying for it. So you want to make sure that you're not picking one up that doesn't cover anything other than what you need, folks. You need one that's specific for your situation. So if you just get your teeth cleaned twice a year, you've done that for every year for the past 40 years, and you've never had any dental work done, never needed any dental work done, it might not be worth it for you. Might be better off just paying the cleanings out of pocket. And usually, dentists will give you quite a discount if you just pay cash. Okay. Stay with me into segment 2, and we're going to talk about more about these dental vision and hearing programs, how they work, kind of what they look like, what to expect, and is there a way around getting them? Stay with me. Welcome back, everybody, to segment 2 of the Everything Medicare Podcast. I'm Christian Brindle. Every single Monday, I bring you a podcast where I talk about your Medicare, your Medicaid, your retirement, your Social Security, everything that has to do with the twilight years of your life, and everything that's important towards getting the most out of it. Last segment, we were talking about dental vision and hearing plans, folks, and it's a topic that frustrates me because Medicare over the years has been synonymous with no dental vision hearing coverage, typically. Not always, but typically. And basically, if you have a Medicare supplement, really the only way around that is to pick up a dental plan. There's really no ways around it. We talked about that in the last segment. Essentially, in this segment, I'm going to be talking about how they work if you go the other route. We were talking about going one route of picking up traditional Medicare, the left side, we'll say, and getting a Medigap Medicare supplement and a drug plan. Medigaps and Medicare supplements, remember, are two names for the same thing. Typically in the Medicare world, you have multiple names to describe the same thing because the government has an agenda of making it confusing to where people can't understand it. I believe that. And the proof's in the pudding. You just got to look for it. Basically, folks, what you're looking at if you go with a Medicare supplement is the only option you have is to pick up a dental vision and hearing program. But let's say you go the other side. Let's say you go the right side and you pick up a Medicare Advantage program. Well, if you pick up a Medicare Advantage program, it depends on where you live. Let me put it that way. But most areas, there are Advantage plans that come with dental, vision, and hearing. Remember, when you run your Medicare through a private insurance company in the event of an Advantage plan or in the situation of an Advantage plan, the private insurance company takes the place of Medicare. They become your primary insurance. Medicare no longer pays anything towards your medical bills, and they receive funding every month from Medicare in exchange. And so typically Medicare Advantage plans come at no cost or very little cost. It just depends on where you live. Sometimes they can be pricey. Depends on your market. Depends on where you live, the state. But essentially, folks, some come with dental. They pretty much almost always, not always, but most of the time, let's say 8 to 9 times out of 10, come with some type of vision or hearing coverage. And I'd say a good amount of them come with some kind of dental coverage. A lot of it depends on where you live. Some markets are very poor in the dental coverage. Some are very rich. We work with people in Florida. A lot of the plans in Florida have tremendously rich dental benefits. So it just depends on where you live. So if you have a Medicare Advantage plan and it has dental, then great. If you're on one that doesn't have dental, might be worth having it compared to see if you can upgrade to one with dental. But that's not the only thing you need to take into consideration with an Advantage plan. You got to remember, you don't want to sacrifice a good network that covers your doctors and hospitals and gives you a lot of options for a small network with dental. That doesn't make any sense. You don't want to sacrifice a big network for a small one to get dental. You also don't want to, have all your copays go up. You don't want your prescription coverage to suffer. So you got to make sure it's a good fit first and foremost. And make sure you work with an agent that knows this stuff, and make sure you're asking the right questions. How is this better than my medical benefits now? How does it compare? How's my out-of-pocket compared to this? How are my copays compared to this, the ones I'm most likely going to use, like doctor copays, emergency room copays, hospital room copays, surgery copays, and how does this compare to my plan now on covering my medications? If everything looks good, and sometimes it is, that's what I'm always looking for when I'm looking at a Medicare Advantage plan for somebody, then it's a green light. But you have to make sure. There's a lot of agents that will switch you to a plan, even if it's not good for you, because they have no ethics and they don't care about you, folks. Let's be honest, they don't care about you. They care about their pocketbook. But there are some agents out there, a few and far between, that care about you, and they understand that by them helping you, they help themselves, so everybody wins. That's the only way that a transaction really works when you're getting a Medicare plan, is if everybody wins. The agent wins because they get a good, happy client, and you win because they're helping you. They're providing you good service, customer service. They're improving your situation in a way that you didn't know you could do before. That's how you know if you have a good insurance broker, a good person to work with. Stay with me into segment 3, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. Stay right where you are. Boom! Everything Medicare Podcast. My name is Christian Brindle, and I'm here to talk to you about Medicare. Every single Monday, I'm going to talk to you about Medicare, your Medicaid, your Social Security, and everything that has to do with your retirement and maximizing it to get the best out of it so you can live the best life possible. This has been a good episode. This has been a great podcast, and I appreciate everybody that supported us, from our friends over at Anchor that give us a platform to talk to you. At Anchor Podcasting, they're fantastic. They do a great job in helping us. And all of the websites that carry our podcast, with iTunes, Spotify, Facebook, webcasts, and there's probably 25 to 30 websites that we stream on every single week. And however you may be listening to us, however you may be hearing me right now, thank you for tuning in, because you make our reach possible to help as many people as possible. Folks, when it comes down to it, adding dental and vision and hearing coverage to the maximum efforts, from my experience, to your current plan, normally you have to give something up. Not always, but normally you have to give something up. There's very few plans out there and very few markets that give you everything to the maximum abilities. Now, some plans really are just head and shoulders above everybody else. It just depends on where you are. I'm not saying that's never the case, but you have to be careful that if you're upgrading the dental part, are you losing something you need even more? And that's just what you have to be careful about. In my opinion, most of the time, it's better to get dental plans, folks, because it's its own separate thing. You can pick the best thing for you, and you can make sure that it's satisfying your needs to the best rate possible, and you're not messing with anything that goes with your current plan. That'd be my advice, but not all the time. If you live in Utah and you want to see if you're in the best situation possible with dental, vision, and hearing programs, if you live in Idaho, if you live in Florida, those are the 3 states that our company works with people. And we are always expanding to new states, and we will be coming to an area near you sooner or later, before you know it. But no matter what state you are in, if you are curious, if you'd like to know, if you'd like to talk to me or one of our staff here, you're always welcome to call our offices here in Sandy, Utah, where we are. And that number is 801 801-572-3808. Again, 801-572-3808. If you'd like to talk to somebody, we are here. We're available, and we are the good guys, folks. We are here to be honest with you and provide you with good information without any surprises. Because I don't know about you folks, but I never liked surprise parties when I was a kid. Hasn't changed. I don't like surprises now, and I'm sure you're the same way, especially with your health insurance. We make sure you know everything, and we tell you the truth no matter what the situation is. It's just our culture here. That's what makes us different than a lot of other companies out there that do what we do. If you have enjoyed this episode, folks, however you're listening, if you're listening on a website that allows you to leave reviews, please do us a favor. Leave us a 5-star review, like if you're listening on iTunes. It helps us out tremendously. Share this to your friends, your family that you think could use some educating and could just use some more information, some clear information, some down-to-earth information. That's what we provide here. If you're on social media, follow us on your favorite social media because we're on all of them. You can find us, our page, Christian Brindle Insurance Services on Facebook, Christian Brindle Insurance on Instagram, Christian Brindle without the E, so BRINDL on Twitter. Usually it's BRINDLE on Facebook and Instagram. We just couldn't fit it all on Twitter. Look us up on YouTube and watch some of our educational Medicare videos where I personally break down everything that you need to know on a whiteboard. Christian Brindle. Look us up on LinkedIn and endorse us if you found us helpful. Christian Brindle. Follow all of our pages because we're giving daily updates of free, valuable information that can help you in your everyday life. Thank you so much for listening. You're fantastic. You're a rock star, and we appreciate all the love we've been getting since this podcast has started. Like I said, if you found this episode helpful, beneficial to you in your situation right now, or you think you know somebody it might be beneficial towards, show it to them. That's the biggest compliment that you can give me. Sharing our content to make sure we're helping as many people as possible. I hope everybody has a fantastic week, and I can't wait till next Monday to where I get to come and talk to you again. Until then, thank you very much.